Gracias. Frank? It's a great question. Gracias. So Frank said a lot. In that question, there are a lot of important pieces. I'm going to try to answer them in a way that takes them piece by piece. So the first thing that Frank said is, well, we're just students. Huh? It's really hard. We're students. We're busy. We have these professors to deal with. We're students. So I think the most important response to that is a historical truth. Every revolutionary movement, every major successful, effective movement for lasting social change has always been built by students and youth, everywhere in the world. It's not just another lecture, it's an entire course if we wanted to talk about that history in the US, in Colombia, in Latin America, Africa. It's not to say that elders are not significant. We are significant for many things. But the movements for social change as a motor force has always been in the student and youth, in almost every example that you could find throughout history, throughout the world. Part of that has to do with the fact that at a certain point, when things become so intolerable, so oppressive, so urgent, that you take risks that older folks are often not willing to take because we're not comfortable little spots and spaces. The whole world wants to tell you, no, no, stop, slow down, take it easy. It's just a phase. But the whole world, or many, want to maintain the status quo. I do believe, especially since I've gotten older, that it's important to have a balance. It's important to live in conversation, youth and elders together, to think things through and develop strong, smart, strategic action. And you have some professors in this room who should be your best allies, your closest supporters, your people to dialogue with, your people to think through strategies about, and your people to support you when you're willing and ready to take risks. So that's a good thing. And being students is no excuse. Or rather, it's an excuse to actually recognize your power, not to say, we can't do anything, we're just students. Well, it's to say being students or just being students is no excuse for inaction. Or rather, it's an excuse to try to find and feel your power, personal, political, community, neighborhood, whatever. Feel that power and begin to figure out how you want to exercise it. It only gets harder when you get older. You have to sit down more often, and you're much slower, and you need extra coffee. It's complicated. That Frank said was about, and there's also violence around us in the family, etc. Yeah, did I catch that? Yeah. So I think that's super profound, really significant, because in many ways, that violence, that very personal and localized violence, is both traumatizing, making it difficult for us to act and think and sometimes even to get out of bed in the morning. And at the same time, it's our first line of peace-building work. Addressing that very localized struggle, whether it's in your family or in your home or on your block or in your neighborhood, that violence is, in fact, where peace building has to begin. It is difficult, but if it was easy to make peace in the world, we would have had it already. It is difficult. I want to honor that. But that local violence, though traumatizing and complicated, is where it starts. Almost every long-term political activist, political organizer, strategist, the most effective revolutionary, almost all of them started looking at things very locally and then beginning to have some ideas about how things can connect and build bigger. So that's really my conclusion to Frank's conclusion about how you make peace building. Start small, start local, think strategically about something you can be effective in, that you can affect, find your allies, and make some change. And then, whether or not you've had some success, talk to others, network with others about how they did. I had a great success. Let me tell you how I did that. What I tried to do messed up horribly. Do you have any ideas? So that's how you start it, and that's how it begins.